And I'm like, what's the fucking point of any of it? What's the point of this? I felt like this part of mothering and this part of humaning is really cruel because you do so much for so long. And then it's not that you're irrelevant, but you're sure as shit not needed. And
in the same way.
It's very, very different. And as it should be, it is their life now. Welcome to recoverHER, the podcast where your healing journey begins. I'm Heather Novak, and I'm here with my co-host, Dr. Tracey Oppenheim, a compassionate psychiatrist. Today, we embark on a path of recovery and self-discovery. We are dedicated to inspiring each and every one of you to overcome your struggles and live your best, most fulfilling life. Your recovery starts now, and we're here with you every step of the way.
It's only up from here, 'cause there's no one else that's me.
Hi. Welcome back to recoverHER podcast. I'm Heather Novak here with
Tracey Oppenheim.
Dr. Tracey Oppenheim. Today, we wanted it just to be the two of us.
Yes.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Well, and
Beautiful.
now it literally is. Empty nesters, what do they call that? Bird launchers, the new term. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how college drop-off went. I had our girlfriend Laura, I asked her to come and talk and share some of her hilarious stories about her son Blake, the drop-off at Tulane, because there are so many of them that I
They're
probably
good.
will share. But she just, kind of wasn't ready to talk about it yet. And we have shared in previous episodes, like, how's it going to be? And I've said, I'm going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. Like with a little, I felt like cockiness about it.
I'm going to be fine. I'm busy at my own life. It's time for everybody. Everybody's ready. Sam's ready. I'm ready. And, and then it creeps along. So he had made his decision to go to Cal, committed 10 months prior to us actually going back again and driving over the bridge at Oakland and seeing the what is it called? Campanile, thank you.
Clock tower.
The big clock tower center of campus. And, coming over that mini stack, Sam saw it and he was lit up again with that same energy and excitement that he had during that official visit. I took him on all of those official visits. He's a track athlete, and we looked at a lot of schools, SEC, the Ivies. We looked everywhere, and it was fun to lean in and to feel him be so excited on Cal Berkeley's campus. But that was a year ago. That was October 2024, and then a lot of time had passed in between that, where you see your other friends committing in different spots. Your normal friends are planning on work. They're going to go to school, and you're just kind of sitting in the background. You still had your season to go. He still hadn't broken the Arizona State record. There were lots of things that Sam still needed to accomplish. But driving over that bridge and entering Berkeley.
Hold on.
He knew that was home, Tracey.
Hold on, big shot. Hold on. So I want to back it up because there was maybe last year when people were starting to say to you,
oh, yeah, me.
Yes, you. How are you going to feel? And are you going to be okay? And you were like, yeah, I got this, no problem. And there was a distinct shift. Way before we got to this bridge. So let's. When did you start noticing that? What did you call it? Leaking.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm a fan of trying to feel my full range of human emotion and being really acutely aware and not stuffing it, not pretending, not getting overly busy, not ignoring the things that I'm feeling. So, I don't know, it shifted for me a few weeks ago when I kept, the four of us had spent some time together, like an all-nighter together. And I think it was prior to that, but we're just maybe right around that time, that from there on out, I was constantly crying.
Mm-hmm.
And not a big, ugly, I'm on the floor wrenching in fetal position cry. Everywhere I went, I was just leaking. Like my eyes are just leaking again. Thinking about the transition that was approaching.
The anticipation.
And I'm also a fan of living in the moment. And in the moment, the things. And he was busy and gone and doing all the things that he was supposed to be doing. And just the ending of it all is what made my eyes leak, what made me so sad, of the closing of that period of time coming up, the closing in of he's leaving and he's ready to leave.
Mm-hmm. I did really enjoy watching like the dynamic between the two of you, because obviously he and you two have like this really beautiful, amazing, rich relationship. But he could sense like you're wanting to be near him, and so
It was like a boyfriend in high school trying to break up with me or something. I just wanted to hang on to his leg, like, don't leave.
And so he was so, I felt like just observing
got a little
him
desperate.
Yeah, he was
At times.
At times, for sure. At times,
In a moment
you
here
seem
or there.
cool. But that he really tolerated it, like for
A little bit.
and then
He kind of was an asshole. And
No,
he was like pushing me away.
He was not an
I
asshole.
thought so.
Yeah. But he would be like, "Okay, that's enough. Stop touching me."
That's enough.
You know, he would kind of like
have a boundary.
I have that image of like those cartoons where like they're, you know, someone's kind of extending their hand against someone's forehead, and they're trying, the other person's trying
pull
to
your shit together.
Yeah.
Because I would just stand there and my eyes would be leaking. Or I'd pop into his bedroom and sit on his sofa and he's like, "What you doing in my room?" I'm like, "I'm just checking in. Do you need anything? Can I get you anything?" He didn't need anything, you know.
Here's some cut up cucumbers.
Oh God. So it all happens.
So a few weeks before you started.
Yeah, a few weeks before I definitely started feeling it. And I had a lot of people checking in on me too. Some wonderful friends that I don't talk to every day. And they knew that the Heather-Sam separation was happening, with the impending doom of it all. And, we're checking in just to make sure that I would be okay. But, they also reminded me that it's supposed to be challenging.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to have feelings around
Thank
it.
God.
And you will be okay on the other side of it. We'll go on a hike when you get back. And so that's what I've done. I've spent some time with people who I know, who have been through it before, who I love. And quite frankly, Lisa was saying on our hike on Monday, she's like, "I'm so surprised that you've gotten here so fast," because there are moments now with him being gone. He moved in last week. We flew to, we had a whirlwind thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got on a plane on Friday, like last Friday. We flew to Detroit, drove to Michigan to move Jordyn in for her junior year.
Yeah.
In Ann Arbor, in this fantastic apartment.
The
Verve, which looks like, if you're in Phoenix, the Optima on steroids. It's this sexy, incredible place with wonderful amenities. So she's happy. And we made her place, her apartment with her 4 roommates. It's so great. Yeah, and they're so happy. So I think classes just started for them today.
Yesterday. Monday. But,
okay.
But yeah, and I would say like year 3, drop off, it definitely didn't have that same level of, I always feel it in my body, but at least I didn't vomit this year. So
right. There's no retching in the parking lot.
Yeah. So
like there was freshman year.
That's right.
Right? Outside the dorm.
That's correct.
And sophomore year was a little different too.
Mm-hmm. But So now we're on a plane.
Yeah. Left Detroit, back to Phoenix,
I did see you gripping his hand quite a bit on the plane.
loaded everybody up on a Southwest plane to fly into Oakland with a lot of luggage.
And I know you had the feels, but were you full range, of course?
Oh, you're
Were
talking about it. It makes me want to kind of cry up.
the leaking.
Yeah, because, yeah. So it sounds so silly. I squeezed his hand an awful lot on the plane.
Yes.
But the cool part about that is that he let me squeeze his hand.
Absolutely.
And he was kind of squeezing my hand too.
Yeah. And did you have waves of excitement or fear, or was it like predominantly kind of that sweetness of the sorrow of the, just recognizing what it is?
There was more excitement. And you know how I get when there are big tasks ahead of us that need to be accomplished, and there were big ones. But because Sam is an athlete, or I don't know why, but Cal made that move in at Berkeley so slick. And, so that was easy going. We still had, each one of us had our role in getting that done, but we had some great dinners. We had dinner out with his roommate and his parents, Kai's parents, who are lovely, and the track coach. And, we got to spend some time doing things that, that you could really only experience the Olympic Club if you were parents of an athlete. Otherwise, it was a little bit of a different experience. So there was so much fun around it as we were accomplishing those tasks. So there really wasn't much time for me to have feelings of sadness. I really didn't have any, because I was so excited about where he has chosen to spend at least the next 4 years.
And I will say, like, through obviously I was having my own, personal experience, with the move in, and my connection with Sam. But it was, I really, and I don't even think I shared this with you, but I really did, I don't want to say enjoy, but it was like very powerful. And I think there was some enjoyment to kind of watch it through my eyes for you and Bob, right? Because I could see you both moving through your own waves of feeling and emotion, and just seeing, all of it, the pride and the, the teariness. So it's.
But I felt this not making it about Bob and Heather. I said to him at one point when he was having a teary moment overlooking San Francisco and the Bay and the Golden Gate Bridge and campus all right below us, which it's just the most beautiful place. Cool. And I've not spent much time up in the Bay Area at all, so I'm excited to be able to explore it. But he was having some emotions and, sobbing. And, I just put my arm around him and I said, we did a good job. We did a good job. And he's so happy. So what more could anybody ask for? That they're happy in the chosen home that they've picked. Jordyn with Michigan, Sam with Berkeley. And
it is something to see, to witness how quickly the kids get sucked.
They're gone.
Sucked right in. Meaning, like, once that room
system just vacuums them right in.
Once that room is set up,
they're like, bye, see ya. They're good. They're just good and capable of taking care of themselves.
So, is there anything now? Because you're such an expert, being 2 weeks into
expert.
To Sam being settled in, is there kind of, as people are moving through this year, right? The kid's a senior this year. Anything that you would recommend
for parents,
moms in particular?
Well, I think I've had so many conversations with different moms over the past few weeks that have had drop-offs all over the country, and it I do think that it deserves attention in the significance with the way that it shifts motherhood, our roles, how we've defined ourselves for 18 years. I mean, I did have a moment, right, when I came home that I
That's why I'm smiling.
had this, I mean, it was a full-on meltdown. I'm like, what's the fucking point of any of it? What's the point of this? I felt like this part of mothering and this part of humaning is really cruel because you do so much for so long, and then it's not that you're irrelevant, but you're sure as shit not needed. And
In the same way.
in the same way at all. You know, I'll get texts about like, what's the Amazon code? Or it's very, very different. And as it should be, it is their life now.
I believe the quote you said during that time, you called it a meltdown.
Yeah, I was not happy.
Was it's just over.
Yeah, I was lethargic.
And I
kind
said,
of like,
I said, what?
"Ugh."
I said,
Pilot light was out.
I said, what's over? And you're like, the whole thing.
The
It's
whole
just
thing.
over.
What's the point of all of it? What's the point of what? What's the point of life? So, okay, that didn't last very long. So I think that number one, there are so many things that as mothers and fathers, parents, that we can't give our kids. And I'm so grateful that he's gone and that he gets that somewhere else for himself now, right? You after I think I had that little pilot light up moment of what was it? What's the point?
It's just over.
It's just over. So I think that there are so many different aspects of life at this next phase of development that we as parents can't offer our kids. So they get that in other forms, whether it's, you know, the number one public university in the country, or you're going to a trade school. Like, you get to go and be and do something for yourself. And we get to luckily witness it all. And then for myself, my never to be so humble opinion in regards to what's next is, you know, you pause and you take a moment, but I feel like I'm doing a hell of a lot better than quite frankly that I expected to. I just do a lot of things to take care of myself with yoga and taking care of my physical body. I love what I do with selling real estate. I love our podcast. There's a lot of richness going on that will only expand upon, you know, how we live our lives and continue to have a place for the kids to come back to.
And I think, you know, I think you did, I don't know, just really allowed yourself to be with what was versus trying to change any part of the experience or any feeling as it came up. And I think that each feeling, you know, has something, you know, to like teach us and offer us. Not to, you know, we don't need to be afraid of our feelings around it. Really embrace them, and, you know, thank God we can, you know, feel so deeply for our kids.
Yeah, definitely.
And knowing that, you know, it's really wild, like being a parent, because, you know, a little part of you, like your essence is now like cruising around, you know, the UC Berkeley campus, and that's like you're impacting, you know, the people around Sam by virtue of, you know, the love and influence you have had on him. And I think that's really beautiful, that connection and how it, you know, impacts others through your love of him. I do think that on like a clinical level, I see a lot of women in my private practice that, you know, are dealing with identity issues at this point in their life. What now? And that can be a very, I know this isn't your experience, but can be a very paralyzing feeling. And so I think the work in that
very
is
untethered feeling.
Yeah, that's a great word. Yeah. what's anchoring
Mm-hmm.
us, and this desire of what's my purpose. And I think it's okay to be slow and to feel stuck, and I would rather sit with that feeling than just
Yeah.
becoming busy, 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 busy. And it really, I think, is meant to be a time of, self-reflection.
Definitely.
And
I
now,
agree.
and now what? And then, get into this excitement of the creativity, but not to rush that.
No.
So if you need to be
The joys of your own individual life will come, but just to acknowledge those feelings, that's A-okay. Big believer in that too, of course.
And I do think it's also a wonderful opportunity. We talk about like second half a lot, but you get to reconnect with, if you have a career, like you get to reconnect with it in a different kind of way, because you have more spaciousness and energy, for your marriage. If you're married, or in partnership, you get to kind of reinvent, that relationship as well, because so often you have a way of relating, which is predicated on
having the kids around.
So
right.
it's,
there are a lot of exciting things on the other side of it, for sure.
Yeah, the vastness of it.
But the fear of the unknown can be debilitating. So, yeah, sit in that for a little bit.
How's the communication been with Sam?
There hasn't been a whole lot of it, and that's been okay. He called last night at about 10-something, and it was a really quick conversation. So they've been short and sweet. And he's doing all the things there. Instagram says he's really busy.
Oh,
fishing.
Yeah. You're stalking.
Instagram, he's showing, little tidbits. What some of the athletes have been doing, what, he was with a high school friend of his who's at UC Davis, who's playing water polo there. And he and Oliver were exploring all of San Francisco, and we're down to Palo Alto and back. And, you get to explore, do it all. Yes, do it all.
And I do think, future episode, would be helpful to talk about kind of the other side of it, in terms of what do you do if you have a kiddo that's struggling, with that adjustment, because it is an adjustment, and there are going to be times of overwhelm.
Right. And classes haven't even started. And then with being an athlete, that's a full-time job. I mean, it'll be a lot to juggle and balance, for sure. But even if you're not an athlete, all of it is a new environment, new roommates, new classes, new syllabus. It's a big undertaking for anybody who.
Absolutely. And then I work with, kids and families who, maybe have struggles with, anxiety or mood, and how do you make sure you have the support you need while you're away from home? As a parent, how do you know when to let them fix and learn that resilience? When do you know it's, time for you to intervene? What's normal versus what's, an indicator of something else going on, of course.
Yeah. So the next phase of parenting.
The next phase, yes,
exactly. All right, well, more.
Go Blue, and
more will be revealed.
Go Blue, and
go
Bears.
Go Bears. Thanks. See you
guys.
next time.